Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. Hey, you want to have some fun today making a pretty page for your journal? Here's a fun and easy thing that anybody can do, and it uses leftover scraps. And let me show you the prototype. I call it the thread line page, and you'll see why. Let me just find it. It'd be nice if I marked it, but no. Okay, so here it is. This is the thread line page. Let me zoom you in. Get a little closer look. So basically, I used rolled threads glued down to make faux lines, fake lines on the paper, just for some added texture, added eye candy, and added appeal that might be a little bit of a surprise. Now, of course, you can use, hang on, I'm trying to pull something out here. You can use a line stamp. You can make your own line stamp and just take a block of wood and put rubber bands around it and then put that in your ink dauber and make lines that way if you want to do that. Or you can even do the old, this was one of the ways I'm actually really enjoying lately, is take a good old ruler and a cool pen, like a gel pen or something like that. Like one of these babies. Not that one. Something like one of these. And here's like a jelly roll pen. They have very pretty colors and they write very smoothly, and just make some lines on a page and then you've got a lined page. Or you can use a lined page, but if you want to go off the map and do something a little wild and crazy, and this is a little wild and crazy, let me tell you. I mean, you may think I'm nuts, but you know what? It was fun and I think it's different, and there you go. All right, so let's make one. All right, let's move this amazing background called a bed sheet. And reveal the well-loved craft mat. My scissors pointing at me. Okay, so now where did I get this material from? A couple of places, and for those of you who are sewists, you will cringe when you see this, but this is actually where I get stuff. I have this little bowl of bobbins, and there's a lot of extra loose thread in my bobbin bowl because it all comes undone a little bit. So sometimes I just grab some of this stuff and I cut a pull, and it comes from random bobbins. Doesn't really matter to me. And I'll just cut some of this off. Where'd those little scissors go? Where are they? They were right here. They can't go far. There they are. Okay. And I'll just take a clump of this and cut it off. And then I've got enough for, oh, we got a whole bunch over there. Hang on. This is leading right back to the drawer from whence it came. All right. Clip, clip, clip. Am I free? I'm still hanging onto this white piece, so I get a clump there. Also, sewing threads, if you're sewing and you have little leftover pieces, the black ones here are for some sewing that I've been doing, and I just cut it off. So basically, just get a pile of thread. That's the ticket. And then the other source for this stuff is if you're tearing material. I was tearing some bed sheets, and I have a lot of this bed sheet threading that came off of the sides, and I thought, oh, I can use that. I know I can use that. It's either going to become a bird's nest, or we could make some thread lines in our book. So let's find a page, maybe not in this book. Let's find the other book, do something different in it. And okay, got a book. It's coming over. It's coming over. And let's back you up a little bit so you can see a little better. And tilt you down, get you all comfy. All right. Whoops. And there's Holly in the background saying hi. Hi, Holly. Holly Bear. Okay, maybe let's go here. Oh, I haven't done it on, wonder what it would look like on a book page. It might look kind of cool. Maybe too confusing with the text. Here, we have this. That could be pretty. Oh, what else do we have? What else do we have? We have this one. We have a lot of white in here, though. I think I might go with the pink one. I think it'll pop a little better. Whoop, whoop. There's a nice one. Oh, maybe let's do this one. Okay, so we have selected a page for which we will put our thread lines on. And now we just need to get some thread. So this is the science behind it all. Basically, you want to decide how much thread do you want down. So I would say, now my technique, there's no real rule on this, but my technique was I took my thread and I rolled it so that I could catch most of the little threads, and then I glued it down. Okay, so I'm going to show you that on Zoom, but let me just get organized first. What I used last time, I was going to use Fabrifix because Fabrifix is a clear silicone glue, because fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper, but this comes out in a thicker bead. So I decided to opt for the well-loved art glitter glue, which will also hold fabric, but it takes a little longer to dry, but it still worked very well. So I'm going to use that one that I used before so you guys can see that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a line down where I want a line. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it rarely is in my world. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the twist. This is the very technical, oh, let me get you closer here so you can see what's going on. Can you see? I don't have my glasses on. Okay, yeah, all right. So there's my glue line. Now, don't want to waste too much time here and get that down. Twisting, twisting, and placing. Got a little more twist going on there. And you can cut off little stray hairs and stuff, or threads and stuff like that if it's something goes, you know, crazy on you. But just get the base down. You can always come in and tack it down a little more if need be. And I take it just a little inside of the page so it doesn't get pulled up by fingers and things like that. Now I need to do a little page trimming over here. Oh, and you might say, Pam, sometimes you just need to throw stuff away. And I do, I trust you, I do. I trust me, I do. I trust you, I hope you trust me. But sometimes you just say, hey, there might be a purpose for that. Just removing some glue there. I think I need a little bit more over here. So I'm coming back down and put some down there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that grab and I'm gonna move on to the next line. So as you can see, this is, you know, not hard. It's easy. You can decide how wide you want your lines to be. They can be straight, they can be wiggly. You could draw things out of this. You could make flower shapes or petal shapes or, you know, all sorts of ideas. But today, Holly and I are just making lines, thread lines together with you guys. Okay, so let me get like a little roll going here. Oh, can you see? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Getting a little thick there. All right. Rolling, 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 and placing on the wet glue. And then just kind of tack it down. All right. Remove the fingers before they get glued on. Trim your edges. You can always re-glue. If it starts to feather apart, just give it another twirl-a-roo and get back in there and stick it down. And there. You can also sew lines on your pages, but you will get lines on the front and the back doing that. So if you just want the threads on one side, this will get you through that little issue. If it's an issue, I don't know if it's an issue, but I think it looks cool on both sides too if you sew it. There we go. Got another one. Oh, where's my thread blob? Here it is. Can you see? Can you see? Okay. So yeah, it's a little bit of a trick with not getting yourself all glued up with threads and pulling it long enough so you have enough for the whole thing. Okay, let me just twirl, 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 and place. Okay, down. I can trim the edges after I remove all the fuzz balls from my fingers. Who else lives in the land of finger fuzzball? I do. There's always something stuck to my fingers. And but that's okay because then I know I'm crafting. I've got stuff stuck to my fingers and things are being made, and that is fun. Okay, can you see this? Let me look. Okay, kind of cockeyed. Let me back out a bit. You get a better. There we go. Now you can kind of see what's going on here, and I just keep going. I just keep going. This is not rocket science, not brain surgery, nothing heavy here. All right. Keep going. I would say you could do neutral, like I do just white on pink, and that would look really pretty. But since I have the multicolored ones here, kind of in the bargoon already here, I'm just going to use them up. Here's some green in here. That just happened by chance. Don't know where that came from. There you go. And I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking, oh, it's going to be loosey-goosey on top, you know? And what I decided to do in the grand experiment of all this was, I'll show you. We'll do maybe one more line, and then I'll show you how I sealed it in, which made it a little more sealed. Exactly. All right, here we go. I've got my fuzz ball and my thread ball here. I'm just mixing some colors, maybe one little random colorness there. We don't want you. You look like a spider. We don't want that. No. Okay. Pulling. Now twirling, getting the colors together, twirl, twist, twirl, twist, twirl, twist. Got a little black and red and gold in this one, purple. That's kind of cool. All right. I don't care if there's extra fuzzies over. You can go back, like I said, and trim all those, but I think it looks kind of cool. It gives it that, if came from the floor of a tailor shop or a dressmaker's shop, and they were just being extremely resourceful with their supplies. Okay, so that's what we have. Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah. Let me try to zoom in so you can see a little more. Yeah. Okay. I hope that focused. Okay, let me take it back out. All right. When we're there, we're still kind of close, aren't we? Okay. Let me back up a little bit more. Okay. I could probably put one more line at the bottom, but for simplicity's sake, let me see what time it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, we have time. Let me put one more line so you can get the full effect here. Okay. Okay. And I honestly, I have enough of this stuff, so I might as well use it. All right. So, can you see? Okay. I guess I got to stand up, and I can see if you can see. All right. So, pulling a thread, twirling, twirling, twirling. The choice of thickness is totally up to you. You'll know as you're making it the bulk factor in the book that you are achieving, and you'll want to know if that's too much or not enough. You'll know. You'll just know. Actually, maybe after you make a journal too, you'll be like, oh yeah, I should have gone a little thinner with that. Or you might say, hey, I need a little more action there, and maybe want a little thicker. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that is all nice and gluing and tamping down. Now what I did for extra security purposes with my first one was I came and I ran a bead of glue over the top, and I used the same glue. I used the art glitter glue because I just thought if somebody rolls their hand down here, it might pick up on the little threads. So I took, this will add a layer of a little bit of sheen. You could also use, I should probably try the clear gesso we made, because that won't have a sheen. Yeah, because that has the baby powder mixed in. It's basically white glue with baby powder. I don't have a thin applicator though. I guess I could try let me try one of these. Let me try one of these pointed Q-tips. Yeah, let me try that. All right, get rid of the sheen factor. All right, just gluing all this baby down. All right, so that might take a second or so to dry. And as I apply this, I'm rolling it so that I get maximum application. Am I coming back in here with my finger and just do the official finger smoosh? There we go. And yes, Holly, that's the finger smoosh. You know it well. Yeah, Holly went to work today. Yeah, he went to his construction job. Yeah, he's redoing our kitchen for us. Isn't that nice? Yeah, no charge. Yeah, just supply him with parrot kibble and he's happy. And some fresh veggies, a little bit of fruit. Keep him a well-balanced boy. There we go. All right, so that's actually not that hard to do. This is getting sloppier as I'm doing it. I mean, you could also imagine use a paintbrush here or something. But this should do the trick. It should seal. Take down any little loosey-gooseys. There. Yep. Okay. It's funny to hear him say things that I say. Yeah. I heard him say, oh my God, the other day. That's a new one for him. I must be saying that a lot lately. Oh, okay. No secrets in our house. Yep. Holly will give them all away. Okay, so apparently that's what happens when you use your Q-tip, but it works. So we'll just let that dry, and I guess you could blow dry it with the heat gun, or you could just let it air dry. I'm just gonna let it air dry. And what else can we do to this page? So I already have a stamp, and I have the lines, and I think that's kind of cool, isn't it? Like, it's very unexpected, very pretty. And I don't know if I want any more. I don't want to add another fabric element, because I already have a fabric element. I have a stamp. I have the avocado dyed paper. So maybe we'll just let that rest, or I could put a little something on either side of that, and maybe I'll do that because I'm here. And let's see, what do I have? Oh, I know what I have. And where did I put them? I have a pile of those bed sheets stamped. Oh, here they are. Yeah, let's see. Maybe a leaf? on either side. Or maybe a small leaf. Okay, let's use a small leaf. Okay, found these. These are just little tiny leaves stamped. Let me see. On a bed sheet. I'll take these off. Remove the excessive hairballs. Okay, let's see if that looks cute or is it overkill? Maybe just one. Maybe just one for a little accent. Yes. Okay, we'll do that. Well, this little project went fast. Yeah, 15 minutes. So welcome to all my new subscribers. If you found value here, please like, subscribe, and share. Click the notification button to be notified of all my videos that come out. My favorite tools and supplies are linked down below in my Amazon shop. I've got vintage digital kits available in my Etsy shop. And join my free newsletter. It comes out monthly. It's emailed. You get a free digital image, plus a checklist of supplies, plus the note from the bookmaker. And that's fun. And my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And my podcasts, which are junk journal related, come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. All these links are down below if you're looking for them. The podcast is called The Paper Outpost, The Joy of Junk Journals, and it can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, plus about 5 other platforms, and it's free to listen to. And my playlists are linked down below if you're looking for categories of things like how to make a journal, how the journal construction, or for example, this video will go in the journal page layout playlist. So if you're looking for other ideas, check that out. You can, my journal sales. I'm doing journal sales a little bit differently now. I have 3 approaches. One is full bells and whistles announcements. And you'll hear about it on social media and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that type of thing. And I will schedule a time for the video flip through, and then I will schedule a time later in that same day for the actual journal going up for sale on Etsy, so everybody across the country can have a chance at purchasing one. Number 2 is a surprise video and Etsy journal. So there'll be like in the middle of the day, not necessarily at a scheduled time, or maybe at a scheduled time, you just never know. Any time of the day or night, a video can pop up with a flip through, and the journal will be instantly for sale in my Etsy shop. And number three is the only Etsy secret flash sale, where I have no video, no announcement, no bells and whistles. One just mysteriously appears in my Etsy shop. And so, if you're, not able to, your internet is not fast and you can't, be there at a scheduled time or something, that's a great way to pick up a journal. And they'll just be placed in there randomly. You never know when that'll happen. And I've already done a few that way, and that seems to go well as well. So I'm trying to cover all angles and make it fun for everybody. Okay, so there you go. That's the blah, blah, blah. And remember, so let me show you. I think as it's drying, the shine is disappearing, so that's good. I think that will give less shine than the reapplying the glue on top. So maybe we made hopefully an improvement here. This is still wet, so it's still shiny. But if you haven't seen how to make the clear gesso, I have it in explained in another video. But basically, all you do is you take half a cup of white glue, a 1/4 cup of baby powder, and a 1/4 cup of water, and you mix it all together very well, and then you pour it in a jar that you can close, because you don't want it to evaporate, because it will get thicker and drier. Stir it all up, and then it's good to use. So then let it close it. Maybe put some Vaseline around the rim. So this is glue, so you don't want it to be hard to open. So put some Vaseline, like petroleum jelly, around the edge, and then put that on. That'll be easy to open and close anytime you want it. When you put it on your shelf to store, next time you pull it out, you might want to give it a shake or a stir to redistribute the baby powder, because I find the baby powder does settle a bit, and then you're good to go. And if you use those amounts, then you should get clear gesso. If you go heavier on the baking powder, if you go heavier on the baby powder, then you might get white gesso. So that might be the difference there. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. So everybody, you just go on out there. You have some fun. Remember, fun that can be simple, and create with reckless abandon, everybody. And I am looking forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.